Hey guys, Raze here, another Sekiro Should I Die Twice achievement guide for you. We've been going for Great Shinobi Owl, which is for defeating the Great Shinobi Owl. Now, you will not be able to get to this point until you've beaten the Guardian Ape and gotten the Lotus of the Palace and defeated the Spirit of the Corrupted Monk to get the Shelter Stone. Now, once you come back, you'll notice that the Ashina Castle is all blacked out. So you see in there, I showed you the closest one that you can get basically to this boss fight. Once you come back here, go to the closest one that's available, come to this castle down here, spawn at the ground at the entrance, the gate, and you're going to want to use that one as a reference to getting up here, because you might die several times getting the fight down, unless you want to go inside the castle and be able to take out that mini boss in there as well to the doorway like you did before for Genshiro, and use that one as well to run out and up, which is pretty quick. I used this one because I went for him first, and I didn't fight the mini boss that was inside because there is another mini boss in there just like before. So unless you want to use that one, that's also a good spot to use a fast way to get up here to fight, but that is what I used. So basically you're going to come back here and you're going to go through this process again to retake over the idols. Now, a couple things you can use: firecrackers and whirlwind slash. As always, if you watch my other video guides, I use whirlwind slash for most of all the boss fights. It is easy move to use, quick, in and out, 2 hits. It also gives you that little bit of extra edge to be able to kind of jump in while attacking. Now you can use firecrackers, you don't have to. It's definitely helpful. When you throw him down, it will stun him and you will be able to get a couple hits on him. Other than that, you want to get out of the way and he'll be coming at you. Now he's got quite the variety of tools here. When he throws that ball down, if you get hit by that little gas cloud, that means that you're not going to be able to heal for a short time. So when you see him throw his shurikens is when I attack. Now, as of always, most boss fights are probably going to have more a few openings than I give here. I play the game safe, and it might take me a little while longer than most people to beat the game. Therefore, I am not speedrunning and do not care. I'm just trying to be able to beat the game and beat the bosses while as efficiently taking as little damage as possible, which might take me a little more than normal. So that being said, I wait for basically his only openings. That could have been one right there. If you can get behind him, I don't know, that gas club might still get you, unless you're not too worried about taking damage and you know you get a couple hits and sacrificing that. It might be worth it if you think you're pretty good at this fight. Other than that, when he throws a shuriken, he'll do a charge, kind of like your move you got there. You throw a cannon and you do a charge with your sword. Right there is another great opening. So anytime you see him rear his arm back and you throw a shuriken at you, is a good time to get in there and get some attacks. Like I said, that might be a good one there if you are also willing to not be able to heal for a short time. That charge slash right there is also probably a good opportunity to get in there and get some hits in. Maybe that one as well. Like I said, some of the times I ended up trying these, he ends up doing more combos than you see on screen, because once you see him do an attack and you know he knows he misses, he's just going to stop attacking. If you're up close, he may end up going for some crazy combos and stuff you don't expect. So that's why, therefore, I don't really attempt too much. I mean, you could go in there, get that whirlwind slash in there, hopefully get enough time to deflect if he does attempt to come back at you. So for this entire fight, I'm just going to wait for him. I'm trying to lure him out to make him throw a shuriken at me so I can get that running around to the side over here and getting into his side as best I can. I'm not quite sure if dealing damage into his backside does any more damage than normal from the front. I end up trying to get to his back as much as I can, but I end up trying to rush in there to get the most out of the time I have. So one of his biggest ones is when he throws his shuriken and he'll do an overhead slam with the sword. That is one of your key times to get in there and attack. Do not try to miss the opportunity if you can help it. That is definitely one of your biggest openings and the slowest moves. Also note, on the side note, that running around this arena with those doors open by the door over there, you can tend to get stuck on them if you're not careful enough. Try to alleviate from going to the wall. I would say too close to the wall. I end up running around, try a pretty big wide circle, like right there, and getting stuck on that door. Be very, very mindful of that and try to keep a little bit in closer to circle him. I got stuck several times by that door and it ended up getting me hurt or killed because of that. So just be very careful when you're trying to evade him, that you know where you're at, and try to keep in a little bit of a tighter circle than you would normally. That being said, there isn't a whole lot to this video guide. I do the whirlwind slash item the entire time. It is really helpful. If you see how much damage it does versus normal slashes, and it's fast, so you get 2 hits, you might be able to get 3 normal swings on him, but I don't think the damage is quite as good. If not, it might be with 3 swings, but why do you want to do 3 swings when you can do a whirlwind slash and do 2 swings for the same amount of damage? That being said, the phase 2 isn't really all that much different from the first phase. He might throw in a couple more extra tricks. He might throw in some firecrackers. He might throw in some poison if you get really close to him and do certain things with his attack patterns. He'll throw some poison at you. He'll do this smoke bomb and disappear in the smoke for a while, but you can still lock onto him shortly afterwards and find him and just keep hunting him down and doing the same patterns on him. He'll still keep doing shuriken throws, but it's all random. The game just throws whatever it wants at you. I mean, you could beat this guy really, really fast with the shorter time if you kept spamming that same move. I've seen him spam that same move over and over again and end up whittling down pretty fast. Other times, I have seen him not use it hardly at all, and it took me a while to even get him down even halfway. So like I said, just be mindful of that. It's all depending upon the game. When you want to heal, I would recommend that you wait until you have a full, I don't know what you want to call it, full length across this little mat area, or full length, and make sure that you got some time. Kind of stand there for a split second to see whether or not he's going to go attack you, because that time you think he's not going to attack you and you go for that heal, he might just charge you. So therefore, just be very, very careful of when you want to heal, because this fight is very, very fast, and he does not really slow down for much at all, especially in the second phase. So taking damage in the second part is definitely going to be a little bit trickier to heal, because he'll be coming at you at all times. Now for this part, he's going to ask for some mercy and stop. I would not stop. Just go ahead and hit him a couple times and you'll get a hit on him there. So like I said, he'll disappear, but you can lock onto him pretty fast. Doesn't really go anywhere, so I'd say that move's kind of worthless. But just watch out, because sometimes, even when you're prepared for that same move to get a hit on you, it seems like that sword outreach just gets you just in the foot, just barely nicks you. Very, very irritating, even though you know you're going to jump out the way and you're supposed to actually dodge that, and you think you should, because you've done it like 600 other times. But yet, it still might hit you, so be very careful of that, and just watch everything he does down to a T. I wouldn't really recommend going in there and attacking him when he does that kick. You might follow up with another combo. Now sometimes you can really goat him out to actually doing that shuriken throw like that. Like I'm right there, I'm kind of waiting for him. Seems like it actually draws him out to want to do it a little bit more. It doesn't always work out. Like I said, the game is patterns, random, sporadic. Nothing's consistent on this fight. As you can see, the only new thing he's done so far is that smoke bomb. He doesn't really do anything else new, but like I said, he will do other tricks once in a while. So just be very, very careful for that, and just kind of learn this pattern. I'm sure it's about to take you a couple tries at least. If you get lucky enough watching this and be able to beat on your first try, congrats to you, because this fight isn't exactly that easy. The method down to getting it down is pretty easy, but like I said, his attack pattern is so random and sporadic, it doesn't give you much pauses or breaks in the fight. It makes it overall average. I would say average difficult. Nothing compared to Genishira's attack. That fight was just crazy constant. Other than that, I'm going to wrap this video guide up here. Nothing more to say than just good luck and just keep watching for his shuriken throws. And if you want to go ahead and try a couple other tactics, be my guest. But just be mindful, he might come at you with more attacks, so be prepared to block. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe my channel. I'll be making more guides as soon as I get the time to do that. And I'll catch you later. Thanks for watching.